Okay, let's see. What is my... Let's see. I don't know what my most popular video is. Because, I kind of want to upload something, but I don't know what to upload. Huh. Okay, come on. We don't have all day. I'm curious. Oh, the scrap mechanic video. Right at Tommy Thomas. 272 views? And ever since then, I've never made another video on scrap mechanic? I should probably go and do that, since you guys like it so much. All 9 of you. Alright, to scrap mechanic we go. Alright, hello everyone, Toad69500 here, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. So, apparently people really liked the latest video we did with, Thomas, and all the other trains and stuff. There's a lot of train lovers out there, me being one of them, of course, because else I would not make so many trains. Anyways, you might think to yourself, wait, this isn't the same world as before. Well, that is because we have had some sad times here in Scrap Mechanic. Let me just remove the motorcycle. You see, our old world mods, was it called? And over time, a lot of mods, with new updates and stuff, have no longer been able to work with Scrap Mechanic. So that's why you can't download them anymore, and a bunch of items that I use to create vehicles are gone. And also the previous world got corrupted, so we can't enter it anymore. Which means that we have lost some of the great vehicles I was going to show you. For example, the park locomotive. The only thing that's missing is the funnel. I used a block for that, a part which has since been removed from the mod, making it no longer able to spawn. As you can see, it was a tiny locomotive. The gauge was 9 blocks, the standard scrap mechanic gauge. I usually build on bigger gauges. So yeah, it's sad, but we no longer have him. But that's not the only one. We also have the tiny locomotive. This is the black version. I also made a blue version. I made this one actually quite recently, and it's kind of sad to see that it is now out of commission. As you can see, it had number 2, and we also had number 1. And from all of the locomotives which have become no longer available, I mean, some I'm not, some I'm really sad about and really bummed out. Luckily, Tommy Thomas is still fine. He's still here, all and well. To finish his description, I made a version with a wagon, but that one also has failed because I used bearings on there, which have since been removed from a mod. Actually, that was a mod on its own, but that mod just got removed. So, yep, that's not happening. But yeah, we also lost the miniature Thomas that I had made. I can see it's also missing its ceiling, but I think that mod isn't isn't active. As you can see, it used to have the face. There's a smiley wheel. We no longer have that as well. So yeah, great. But most sad of all, the giant Thomas doesn't work anymore. As you can see, it's a tiny bit more updated since the last time you saw it, but as you can see, you, you you're not like, wait, what is missing? Well, I think I used the wrong bearings on this thing, and now I can't spawn it. So I'm really bummed out about this, but not all hope is lost, because, I can still build a new one, but it's just so much work that I haven't started on it yet. But we have some new locomotives, so that's good. I've also made another upgraded version of this locomotive that my friend originally made. It now has actual couplings which move up and down, so it has a bit more mobility, and it doesn't fall over as easily. I've also made one using mods. Let me pick that one real quick. And then I think we can actually spawn in some stuff and drive around, because I know you guys are dying to see something more happen than just me scrolling through a lift. There you go. See, I used actual train wheels, and I rounded some stuff out. Let's give it a go. Yeah, oh yeah, I also added steam effects to this. Nice. But yeah, I had to build a new piece of track, as you can see. I also built a new railroad crossing, which this one is actually more accurate, because that one actually has, like, flickering lights and sound as well. But we'll see that once we drive over it. All the logic has been stored in that little hut there. Also, you might be wondering, why are all of these like targets here? Well, me and my friend did target practice, and what we did is we would go on a train, and then we would shoot at the targets. All right, let's see. What will we start with? What is the first train? We have the I tried train, which is like a little driving around test, but that didn't work. We also still have you. This isn't the original version. This is the Steam test where I tested a block. This is something I made with my friend for a competition. You see, there are these things in scrap mechanic called line riders, and they're basically vehicles that go on their own, and whenever they detect a color or a line, they will follow it. So we did a race. This is mine, and my friend Jordy had a car. I also have saved that since he has a glitch in his lift, so he can't scroll too far down. So sometimes I have to save stuff for him because we're not always sure if we can respawn it. Yours is. But let's see, what is new besides that? Oh, yeah. Oh no! We've also lost you? I didn't even know that. I just assumed he would go over fine, but no. Did I use the wrong bearings? No, the bearings are still there, so I don't know what's missing. Maybe I just forgot to activate something. But this is the pain train. It was made that it could, to make sure that every track could be cleared. It was also standard gauge. Man, we've lost a lot, and I didn't even realize it. Oh yeah, we have the rock train. I forgot I made you. It was a little experiment. Let's just keep it at that. Um, here we have a wagon. Finally, something that we can spawn. This is a caboose for a challenge that I'm making. Scrap challenges have been added to Scrap Mechanic, and this is one where you have to stop a runaway train, and you have to go through each carriage solving puzzles. This is the caboose, so pretty much the start of the challenge. I have also made the locomotive. Okay, now here's the next one that I'm working on. I'm basing it off a model that I have, and probably this thing has the most detailed driving rods that I've ever made. So it's gonna be a great one once it's done. Right now I only have the driving rods, which took a lot of work. But we can drive with it a little bit. The track also isn't as long as it was in the old game, so we're gonna have to go very short things, but short journeys. But this one isn't as fast, isn't very fast. As you can see, it has flickering lights, and it's all, you can even hear it. I just have to do the other side, and also I removed a part there for a little test, so I gotta fix that again. It's right now it looks very good, so I think it will look even better once I put like a boiler on it and stuff. Plus, the driving rods just look great. I just put so much detail in there. Anyways, let's not go all the way to the turn because the turn doesn't really work. I'm actually going to make a turn that goes 90 degrees and not like a little side thing that I had in the old world. I do miss the old world, to be honest. I also still have this thing. I don't know if I showed it in the previous one, but I still have it. Still isn't done yet, and I don't think I will ever complete it. But let's continue. Oh yeah, we have this thing. You can spawn the spider train, why not? This is the spider train. It's basically like the miniature train, but we put spider legs on it. I think the miniature trains can have their own video since there are quite a lot of them. I think you've seen them pop up here and there. These guys. There's a tile which we drive these on, but that's not in this world, so yeah. We next up, oh yeah, I also made, oh, you are also broken? I think I might, yeah. Was it? Yes, it was the tiniest, as you can see on the thumbnail, it has a little tiny exhaust, a little tiny funnel, and now it's gone. Making it no longer able to be used. Thank you. I didn't actually, this is good that I go through all my trains, because I didn't actually know how many, like, were broken. Also, what I've done is I made some of my trains, vanilla. I still need to upload trains. But now you can, but whenever I do upload them, you can use them without mods. Which my friend likes to play without mods a lot, so I had to convert some of them. But they still work. They still work all good. They also work on modded tracks again. On my Steam, you can see that there is a picture of a conversion of the narrow gauge locomotive, which I don't know where that one is. I also have, for the park train, I also had made rolling stock. It was for a world called Theme Park, where I had a, theme park. And it also had like a railway. So this is the coach. The coaches that the people would ride in. And there's the inside. I like it. It's nice. Sadly now, it's not gonna go anywhere, because I don't have any standard gauge locomotives anymore. They've all been taken. Let's continue scrolling and see if we can find something more. Oh yeah, there is the scrap train. Now this train is completely vanilla, and it's like made to look like the vehicles that you see in screenshots of Scrap Mechanic, using like uncolored parts, a lot of pipes and stuff like that. And it drives actually super well. Uh, there used to be tiles around here with tracks in them, but sadly a glitch has made it so that there are no longer tracks on those tiles, so I can't demonstrate any of the trains. We might head into a different world later so I can quickly demonstrate this one, because actually this is the only one that's for the standard gauge. But yeah, I think you get an idea of what it is. Now, we have actually quite a lot to go through. It's only so hard finding them. I mean, I know I can search them. I also have a freight wagon. I also have one that is loaded with crates, but I just found this one. For the park, again, it's not going anywhere since no locomotive, but hey. Oh, here we have the vanilla a narrow gauge locomotive. As you can see, the back wheel is a bit weird, but it was the only way to make a smaller wheel than these ones, than the 3x3 wheels. This one also works a bit differently because I didn't have room for a seat, so I had to use buttons. Let's see. That is the gas, that's the inside light, and that's the outside light. Yeah. I mean, you've all seen the original, so you know how it works. But yeah, here's the vanilla version. It looks a bit weird, especially that wheel. It kind of looks like a war symbol, like something you would see on a warplane. But it does work. I have tried it, and it's actually smoother than putting like turned pipes there. So yeah. For people who are wondering, are you gonna talk Dutch again? No, because I promised my friend to never talk Dutch on this channel again because it was weird and awkward. And looking back at that part of the video, I won't deny that. This is a van, which I have made for a challenge that me and my friend are building. It's all war themed, and these are going to be like freight wagons for a train that's going to go through a war sequence. It's a bit of a different gauge, like it's kind of in between the gauge I usually build and the standard gauge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 blocks wide, but like I'm pretty sure like the gauge is 11. Like in between we have like 9 blocks, but I think with normal trains, let me just grab like one of the park wagons, because then I can actually see. And you can see that this is a slightly bigger gauge. Yeah, as you can see that, like in between here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, but it's called a 9 gauge, so this is the 11 gauge, and that one is a 12 gauge, so that's 1 block bigger. But yeah, that is going to be it. I need some inside detailing because right now it's very barren on the inside, but yeah, the challenge is still work in progress, and we're still like at the barracks. It's like it's gonna be sort of a story through the whole war. But we start off in the barracks, and it's like the first level, so we've got a bit to go before we get to the train, so I have some time. Let's see, what do we have more to show? Ah, let's drive. Let's drive again, boys, because we haven't been driving with anything. and we all know who this is. This is an '08 BR class diesel, or just a standard diesel locomotive that everybody knows. It's a bit fat. I got a bit of the proportions wrong, but it works. And I mean, if you want it to be a Thomas character, we can easily fix that. And it's Diesel, and Diesel's always like me. There you go. Because Diesel's like the bad guy. Can we give him some angry eyebrows? Oh yeah, that's him. That's Diesel. And of course, then these also need to be a different color. I know that these days Diesel has actually black driving rods, but how I remember him, he used to just have this color. So yeah, now we have Diesel. We turned my '08 into Diesel. I like the face. For just a makeshift face that I just put together really quickly, it's good. Because also, see, I put some more detail on the track. I put little bolts on it. And they don't get in the way, so that's nice. I also did a custom horn. And I didn't just use a standard scrap mechanic horn. So let's go! Diesel is also a bit faster than the American locomotive. Meanwhile, Spider Train, what happens eventually is that the legs fail, and then it's crawling. It just falls on the ground, and it doesn't really move anymore. It's just like that. I don't think it's going anywhere. I mean, I will make a proper actual diesel, and I will also make a proper Thomas. And not like huge Thomas like we had last time. Although I did like him. I will definitely make another giant Thomas. Giant Thomas will return. No, you don't have to worry like, oh, he's gone forever. I also, I always forget that I need to place a new glass block in there. Okay. I think we almost got all the trains. We have one more train. And that is... Hold on. Where is he? A. The challenge locomotive. This is the one I was talking about earlier. Now, the challenge locomotive also actually works on this gauge. I mean, I've never tried them on modded rails because they are kind of different. But yeah, this is the train that is going to be pulling it. As you can see, it's not done yet. And you also might have noticed that there's a lot of explosives in all of these. Well, that's because when you fail the challenge, the whole train blows up. And yeah, that means you failed. Makes a lot of sense. By the way, if you save something in challenge mode, and you use parts that are that you can only use in challenge mode, it says mods missing. While in reality, challenge parts aren't really mods, they're already in game. So yeah, this is a bridge I made for a challenge once. I think that was all. I know I didn't show as much as last time, but it comes because I don't really have as much as last time. Wait, do you still work? Ah, at last, the only standard gauge locomotive that I have that still works. The track tester. This thing I made for the for the only purpose to is the, for it to test standard gauge tracks, see how they do and stuff like that. Even though you have that thing in the middle, which is kind of dumb because it obscures a bunch of stuff and it crashes a lot because of that. But hey, it works. So yeah, let's do one final trip with the vanilla version of the red train, and I think then we can end this video here. I know you might have seen a bunch of like vehicles in here that might be like, "Ooh, what's that? Please show that." But this is about the trains. You know what? Maybe after this video, I'll immediately record one where I go over a bunch of the normal creations. But yeah, we'll see. Where I can't find a thing. There you go. Okay, let's spawn you and we'll drive into the sunset. Even though there really isn't a sunset, because day and night cycles haven't been implemented yet. This is backwards. There you go. But yeah, this is like this version works in vanilla. I replaced every part and I also tested it in vanilla, so yeah. And it works just as good as the modded version. I just also happened to use the exact same wheel sizes as I did there. That's our standard of the game. So I didn't have to come up with any crazy size that doesn't exist. I also updated the smoke, so it actually works a lot better now. Before, the train actually didn't give any smoke, or not a lot, but now it does. Although I think it might be a tad bit slower than the modded version, but I don't know for sure. So yeah, get the lights are still on actually. Oh, okay. I also am just gonna show the inside of the little hut here, so you can see all the logic that's going on in here. It's not a lot. Plus, this isn't the only thing that I've built. Far up in a hill, on a hill, I've built a little house. Okay, so this is what's going on here. We have the sound, of course. These are the ones that trigger the sound, and once a train goes over it, these pistons extend, and this thing starts turning. Meaning that, and here are the controllers for all kinds of stuff. I don't know what you are for, actually. Oh, you're for the door. But yeah, these are for, of course, like the beams that come down. This thing turns around for the sound, and this thing gives the power for that thing to turn around. Actually, I think it would be a lot easier for you all to see if I get connection tool in here. There you go. And these logic gates are the ones that activate whenever what happens. It actually used to work before with spud guns because I didn't know how logic gates worked, so I used spuds and sensors. It worked. It's not it, but this is a lot more efficient to say. It takes up less space, already, although I have made enough space here for that system to work. And also, you don't hear the sound of a spud firing every time you go over the railroad crossing, so that's good. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Don't forget to like if you want more videos of Scrap Mechanic, because I apparently do need to make more. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. I don't say goodbye, I just say bye. Bye.